What's up, my fellow small business supporters? Y'all probably know that as a small business owner, I am used to doing way more work than I should be doing. And today, the IndieCember Writing Tag is going to be no exception to that. Now, the IndieCember Writing Tag was created by Megan Tennant of Cloud Kitten Chronicles. In this tag, she gives 25 different prompts. For each of the different prompts, you're supposed to put them on a bingo board and then use a random number generator to go across the board until you get bingo. So you answer anywhere from 5 to 16 questions until you have 5 in a row. You know what? I didn't want to print out a bingo board. I didn't want to use a random number generator. I don't even know what that is. Is that a thing for your phone? I'm savvy, but I'm not tech savvy. I'm savvy, but I'm not tech savvy. Is that like dice? I don't have dice with 25 sides. Maybe I need to join the RPG community. I have no idea what I was doing for that. And if you guys know anything about me, you know that I'm the kind of person who does a lot more work to avoid having to do a little bit more work. For example, in the city of Chicago, I don't own a car. I like to take public transit everywhere. It saves me a lot of money. It's great. When I'm going somewhere that I need to get to, I might need to transfer buses or transfer trains. But I don't like having to transfer. I don't like having to walk up to the other side of the train platform. I don't like having to swipe my card again. I don't like having to wait for another thing coming by. So you know what I do? Sometimes I'll just walk 1 to 2 miles in the rain. Sometimes I just walk an extra mile to work because I didn't feel like walking up the platform to switch trains. Like, I will do so much extra work to avoid doing a little bit more work. It makes no logical sense, but that's what my brain tells me. My brain was telling me I don't want to do the work of figuring out what a random number generator is. I don't want to do the work of making a bingo board, so I'm just gonna answer all 25 questions. To my channel. I'm Savvy. If you're new here, thanks for coming on by. Welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe because every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Central, I have videos coming out about books, writing, and small business owner life, and you won't want to miss those. If you're like me and you enjoy supporting small businesses, then you can support this channel by getting a small business supporter tote bag. You can use it when you're holiday shopping. It's linked in the description below. It is my own original hand-drawn art, so I hope you guys enjoy it. You can also check out my small business, The Forever Home Friends, which is a series of books and stuffed animals based on real rescue dogs, and we give part of our profits to animal shelters. We have our Happy Holidays collection right now, which is lasting only until December 28th, and if you want to get things in time for Christmas to get Christmas gifts for people, you'll want to make sure that you order everything before December 15th, so the link is in the description below. Please check that out. Alright, now on to the writing tag. So we've got 25 questions related to December and the holidays and those kind of things, but they're also related to my writing and me as a writer and all of that. Number 1, Nightmare Before Christmas. What's a writing or book release mistake that still haunts you? Oh my god, there's so many mistakes. Where do I even start? Let's just talk about the entire release of Beauty King. So this is my young adult novella that I put out in early 2016, pretty much right after I was out of college, and I was like, I want to hit the ground running in my career. I am not the kind of person who likes to wait. I like to just zoom on into things. I am impulsive. I jump into everything, and sometimes that's great. Sometimes that's a good thing because it means I don't let fear hold me back. But sometimes that means I didn't plan for anything. So this book I put out with no plan. Zero plan. I wrote this book and I was like, I want to see what the publishing world's all about. I want to see what the indie book world's all about. Let's do it. So I formatted this book. I uploaded it onto CreateSpace. I got some copies printed, and then I went on Twitter and was like, hey friends, I have a book out. As a result, I'm sure you can guess, this book has sold the least copies of any book that I've ever written. This book's whole release process was a mistake. There was no marketing plan. There were no arcs. There was just me throwing it out into the void and being like, let's see what this book publishing world is all about. And you know what? I don't regret it. It's a big mistake that still haunts me when I think about how naive I was back then. But the fact is, it did get me to just start putting myself in gear and saying, I'm gonna put things out there. I'm gonna make this happen. And you know what? Sometimes you just need to jump for it. Sometimes you just need to go head on into something. While that wasn't great for this book's sales, this book was almost like a learning experience. It was almost like a test book. I got to try new things out on and I got to fail with, and I now, with my Forever Home Friends series and with Sculpt Yourself and with these other books, I can do a better job of promoting those now knowing what I know from this. So there's a positive spin on that. Number 2 is Rudolph. Do you have any furry writing companions? Bonus points for showing them on film. Yes, absolutely. I have Chewie. You guys know how much I love Chewie. I am not going to bring bring him in here, so I'll put some pictures of him up on the screen and some video of him up on the screen right now. But I am not going to bring him in here because he's actually like taking a nap and being a good boy, and I'm not going to disturb him because this pup has energy. But yeah, Chewie is my boy. I like to say the best part about being a professional writer is that every day is take your dog to work day. 3, milk and cookies. What's your favorite writer snack? Bonus if it's milk and cookies. I do love milk and cookies, but I can't honestly say it's my favorite, so I don't win the bonus. However, my favorite writing snacks are coffee and hot buffalo sauce. If you saw my video where I took apart Lindsay Teague Moreno's interview about Young Living essential oils, it was one of my anti-MLM videos. If you saw that video, you probably saw me take shots of buffalo sauce out of a shot glass. This is par for the course for me. What helps me stay inspired to write is having some coffee and some hot buffalo sauce. Do not mix them together. Number 4, elves. Do you have any writing helpers you'd like to shout out? Emotional support, a critique partner, anyone who helps you from the shadows. I want to shout out my mom. I know that I've brought up my mom in other videos and you've seen her in some of my vlogs in the background, but my mom does so much for the Forever Home Friends. She is our stuffed animal designer, so you know, she has an official role with the company, like she's the stuffed animal designer, but beyond that, she just goes above and beyond constantly to help make this business amazing, to help make it a reality, to help promote it to other people. Even though I'm like the owner of the business, she's constantly like coming up with new ideas and calling me up and saying, hey, I found this new festival, this place is looking for books, this place is looking for this place is looking for this. She's constantly saying, hey, I found this entire group that might be into this dog kind of thing. I found in my neighborhood, I found an animal place that might be into this. So she's just constantly like helping me out with getting those books out there. And she's someone I can always bounce ideas off of. She always wants to listen to new things I have for that. So, Mom, if you're watching this video, thank you so much for supporting me in my writing career and for being a part of the Forever Home Friends family with me. 5 is sleigh bells. What music do you listen to when writing? Right now I listen to Christmas music. I listen to Christmas music November 1st to February 1st. That is 25% of the year. Except now that I own a small business, I actually start listening to Christmas music like mid to late October. I know that's probably making some people like cringe and squirm and whatever, but I cannot help it. I have to listen to Christmas music because when you're balls deep in holiday planning, it just helps you get joyful and motivated, and like you can't fault me for that. 6, Christmas lights. What character would be most likely to use Christmas lights inappropriately, such as to tie someone up, shock someone, rig up an explosive, you name it. So I'm gonna go with Stephanie from Beauty King. Stephanie loves to use like her knowledge of math and science to do goofy things with it. So like one of the things she does in this book is she builds a giant trebuchet to fling water balloons at people based on some equations she learned in AP Physics. So I think if anyone was gonna do like a prank with a weird object like that or use Christmas lights inappropriately to rig up some strange thing, it would definitely be Stephanie from Beauty King. 7, feast. What's your favorite food-related scene? Y'all, in Sculpt Yourself, okay, Amber, one of the main characters, is constantly eating weird shit like I eat. Like, you know how I said I take shots of buffalo sauce? Amber is like, here's my plate of nachos, I'm gonna just dump some barbecue sauce on top of them. Here is my hamburger, I'm just gonna stuff some Fritos in it. Like, she's always eating weird shit, so like anytime Amber shows up to eat, I'm like, yeah. Most of what she's eating is like the kind of stuff I would eat while writing. It's all very, very weird. I think I should make a cookbook for Amber. I think I should make like a little companion to this that's like a PDF that you can download or something from my website. I don't know, I'll figure that out, that has like Amber's weird recipes on it. Is that something you guys would be interested in? Let me know in the comments below. 8 is Santa Baby. Which of your characters could romance presents out of Santa? Judy from Sculpt Yourself. This is, I mean, Amber's a different character, but Judy, I think could. Judy's just so sweet and romantic, and she's one of the only characters that likes men in this book. That's not true. There's a few characters that like men, but Judy like really likes men. So I feel like, I'm not saying she'd have a romance with Santa, because that's kind of weird, but I'm just saying that I feel like she has the charm to make it happen. Number 9, ho ho ho. What's a line or scene that makes you or your readers laugh? All right, I'm gonna read part of the beginning of Sculpt Yourself, because this part, people in every review I've seen, people have quoted this part, and when I've done readings of this, people have quoted this constantly as like the thing that makes them laugh. All the times in high school when she tried to get me to paint my nails with her, I'd have to say, sorry Judy, I can't paint my nails because I bite them obsessively and I don't want to eat all that ammonia. She'd say, that's nail polish remover that has ammonia and you should really stop biting your nails. Then she'd pull my hand away from my mouth because more often than not I was already halfway to biting my nails again when she said this. It's unsanitary and they'd look much better if you didn't keep them so short. This argument continued through high school, college, and beyond. It always ended with me rolling my eyes and saying something like, "I'm a lesbian, Judy," and then Judy would say something like, "What does that have to do with your nails?" And then I'd roll my eyes again so hard I occasionally worried they'd get lost in the back of my head. Because if by age 22 Judy hadn't figured out why lesbians might want to have short nails, she probably never would. Apparently that makes everyone laugh. Everyone laughs when I read that out loud. Everybody's like quoted that in their reviews, and that's like the first 2 pages of the book. So I'm glad that made y'all laugh. 10. Santa's bag. If you could tell Santa one item that should be given to every writer everywhere, what would it be? Universal basic income. Number 11, eggnog. What's your favorite writerly drink, and most importantly, do you ever spike it with alcohol? My favorite drink is coffee, and I frequently spike it with alcohol. Sometimes I put bourbon or scotch or something in the coffee. Sometimes I put Kahlua in the coffee. But you know what? Coffee with alcohol is where it's at. 12, holiday parties. Do you have a log line prepared for when someone asks you about your book, or do you run and hide? Or do you have a masterful plan of diversion that the rest of us could use? No, I don't have a plan of diversion because I am always in marketing mode. I'm always like, yo, listen to me tell you about my book. My book is here. Who's ready? So I am always in like networking mode because I'm a business owner. So if someone comes up to me and they're like, "What's your book about?" I'm like, "Well, I have a children's book series based on real rescue dogs that also has stuffed animal components to go with it, and we give part of our profits to animal shelters. I also have a new adult novel called Sculpt Yourself, which is a feminist sci-fi romance LGBT novel about a pill that lets people redistribute their body fat, and it's told from 3 different women's perspectives so that you can learn all about the different things that they think about it." And then finally, I have Beauty King, my young adult novella about a boy who wants to be his town's first beauty queen and turns the small town upside down. 13, Santa's list. How many characters are in the main cast of your most recent work in progress or publication? So I guess my most recent work in progress, well, my most recent work in progress is #Savvy Business Owner, which is the business self-help book, so I'm not counting that. There's also Indecent Exposure, the sequel to Sculpt Yourself, which I'm partway through, but that has most of the same characters as Sculpt Yourself. So we'll go with 90s Kids, actually. 90s Kids is an LGBT contemporary sci-fi novel that I'm like in the 3rd draft, like I'm getting close to finalizing revisions of it. There are 2 main characters and then like, you know, 3 or 4 main supporting characters. It's actually probably one of the novels that I was able to focus inwards on a couple characters more than usual, because normally I love that ensemble cast shit. 14, Santa's coming to town. Is your protagonist naughty or nice? If you have multiple books or protagonists, you can do this for multiple. Well, first of all, in the Forever Home Friends series, every protagonist is nice because they're all dogs and all dogs are good. It doesn't even matter if they misbehave. Every dog is a good boy or a good girl. Every single dog. So they're all nice. 15, wrapping. What character would spend way too much time wrapping presents because they want it to look perfect? You know what? I don't think any of my characters would, because I'm like not a neat person or an organized person at all, and I think that's like subconsciously transferred to all my characters. Cutting down Christmas trees. Do you edit your manuscript in digital format or print it out? Both. The Grinch Stole Christmas. Which of your characters is most likely to steal cookies and or gifts from Santa? No. I'm such a softie. Like, my books never usually have like a hard antagonist. Oh, you know what? I know who it is. So in Beauty King, the character Stephanie, her mom is so rude. Her mom would definitely steal cookies, because Stephanie's mom is all like, "Stephanie, I want you to enter the pageant because I was a beauty queen back in 1989 and I'm living vicariously through you now." She's not that self-aware, but she does that kind of shit. And then Stephanie's like, "No, I just want to eat my meatball sub," and her mom's like, "Don't get fat, you have to win the pageant," right? So it's shit like that. So I bet she would steal cookies. She can be kind of a bitch. Blizzard, what's your favorite weather to write in? I like rainy days, I like snowy days, I like all of that. I like to be inside more than I like to be outside, and that's probably because Chicago's weather is unpredictable, so I love a good writing blizzard. Santa's beard, who is your oldest character and how old are they? My oldest character is Daisy from One Final Vinyl. This novel isn't out yet, but it is in like its final stages of copy editing and all of that kind of thing, so stay tuned for some announcements on that soon. But One Final Vinyl is a contemporary young adult novel about an 18-year-old girl and a 90-year-old woman who become best friends over the course of a spontaneous road trip that they end up having to take together. So Daisy is 90 years old. She is the oldest character I've ever written, and I cannot wait to make a doll of her. 20, Gingerbread House. Who is your handiest or craftiest character? Again, I'm gonna have to mention Stephanie from Beauty King, because one night she like sneaks into the garage and builds a giant like 2 meter tall trebuchet. and is going to use it to do some interesting shenanigans at the pageant. So this book is full of crazy shenanigans, and Stephanie is the one usually at the center of it all, doing all the mischief. So I would say she's the handiest and the craftiest just because she's able to build things really quick. 21, Snow Angel. Which of your characters is most likely to make a snow angel, and which is most likely to be wishing they were on a beach instead? Honestly, I'm gonna go to the Forever Home Friends for this. In Kringle's Christmas, there's Kringle. He's a cute Christmas puppy, and I think he would make a snow angel. Like, none of these dogs would do these things in real life because they're dogs, right? But like, I think Kringle as a character would make a snow angel. And then I think Allie would be the one wishing she's on the beach instead because she's a little princess. So we're going to go with the puppies for that one. Silent Night. What character refuses to talk to you as a writer? Basically a character who is hard for you to connect with and write for. Right now in Indecent Exposure, the sequel to Sculpt Yourself, I'm having a little bit of trouble with Isabel. Isabel, if you guys read Sculpt Yourself, she was a character, she was a side character in that book, and she's now one of the main characters in Indecent Exposure. And I'm enjoying her arc and I'm enjoying following her, but I'm struggling to figure out what exactly makes her voice different from the other two voices, which are Samantha and Catherine. I've gotten them figured out pretty well, but for some reason Isabel just isn't talking to me as fast, so I need to do a lot more free-writing from her perspective. So she's a challenge right now, but I really like her, so hopefully it'll turn out well. Traditions. What holidays or traditions exist in your story's world? If you have too many to list, what's your favorite? I think Beauty King is the book that focuses most on a tradition, which is the small town of Grey Acres has an annual town fair. And the town fair is like the big thing that everybody gets together for. It's the thing that everyone pulls out all the stops for. So I would say that that's probably the biggest tradition in one of my books, and it causes a lot of drama. 24, Santa's Workshop. Show us your writing space or a picture of your writing space. Bonus points if it's a disaster zone. Yesterday I would have gotten all the bonus points in the world. My bonus points would be through the roof. But I guess I'm not playing this properly like bingo, so points don't matter for me. But anyway, my writing space was a huge disaster yesterday. It's not quite as bad today. I will insert some pictures so you guys can see. It's in this room that I do my writing, but it's always kind of a hot mess just because I never usually have time to clean my office. And then 25, Naughty or Nice. Which character was on the naughty list, but Santa liked them and took them off? You know what? We're going to finish off with Amber from Sculpt Yourself, because Amber does come off at the beginning as very abrasive and very rude and very angry, and everyone's like, why is this girl holding so much anger inside? But I think over the course of the novel, she learns to stop holding so much judgment. I'm not going to spoil anything that she does, but she, you know, has a kind of a transformation in learning that the things she wants to fight for are good things, and that's a good thing for her to do, but that she can, you know, take a more empathetic approach. And I think Santa knows that Amber is on her way to being a nice person. And I think I like her as a person. I think she's funny, but she definitely could rub someone the wrong way at the beginning, but I think Santa realizes that deep down her intentions are good. That was the IndieCember Writing Tag! I'm gonna now have tons of shit to edit for this because I didn't want to play bingo. I did so much more work to avoid doing so much less work. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to check out all of my indie books linked in the description below. We've got 4 books from the Forever Home Friends series, and we also have 2 novella type books, Beauty King, my young adult novella, and Sculpt Yourself, my new adult novel. So please feel free to check those out, linked in the description below. Remember, for all Forever Home Friends purchases, 10% of profits benefit animal shelters, so it's a win-win. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys again soon, and in the meantime, don't forget to support small businesses. Happy writing!